Hi, and welcome to the second video of 4 videos for section 7.3. This specific video will be looking at the half angle formulas. So the first one, if we have sine of u over 2, name half angle, thus we have some angle measurement, we're dividing it by 2. This is equal to plus or minus the square root of 1 minus cosine of u all over 2. Now the plus or minus will be determined by which quadrant this lies. So wherever u over 2 lies, if it's in quadrant 1, sine in quadrant 1 is what? It's positive. If sine of u over 2 is in quadrant 4, well, in quadrant 4, sine is what? Sine is negative, so we would use the negative sign. Cosine of u over 2, again, plus or minus, same thing, depending which quadrant it lies, is going to be square root of 1 plus cosine of u over 2. So you can see they're almost the same, it's just sine has the negative sign, cosine has the plus sign. And then lastly, tangent of u over 2 is equal to 1 minus cosine of u over 2, which is the same thing as sine of u over 1 plus cosine of u. So depending what information you're given, you can use either of these equations. Obviously no square root at this point. It's just going to be one of these two equations that you would use. So let's look at an example. Let's say we want to find sine of 22.5 degrees. All right, do we have 22.5 on our unit circle page? Nope, we do not. Because we're going to have to use one of these formulas, this is a half angle formula, we have to figure out which quadrant we're in. Well, where is 22.5 degrees? That's what? That's quadrant 1, and sine in quadrant 1 is positive. So I'm going to use the positive formula here for sine, but I need to figure out what? What's my value for u? Well, sine of 22.5 is the same thing as what? So because I'm using a half angle formula, if I want to find out what my value for u would be, I would multiply this by 2. That's what's going to go in the numerator. So 22.5 times 2 is 45. So sine of 22.5 is the same thing as sine of 45 divided by 2. 45 divided by 2 is 22.5. So that means what? That means that 45 is my value for u. What's in the numerator? That's my value for u. So using this formula, because I'm in quadrant 1, it's going to be plus the square root of 1 minus cosine of u, my u I just said was 45, all over 2. So this is the square root of 1 minus cosine of 45 is what? Square root of 2 over 2, all over 2. So then it's just a matter of simplification. So if I multiply top and bottom by 2 to get rid of this fraction here, I get what? I get, so 2 times 1 is 2, minus 2 times square root of 2 over 2. Well, the 2's cancel out, so I just get minus square root of 2, and then 2 times 2 is 4. And now using my square root rules, I can do what? It's kind of like if I have square root of a over b, this is the same as square root of a over square root of b. I can split these up. So this is like square root of 2 minus square root of 2 all over square root of 4, which simplifies to 2 minus square root of 2 all over 2. And that's it. It's just a simplification after we plug everything into the formula. I'll be honest with you, I rarely put one of these on the midterm exams. It doesn't show up a lot on the finals. It doesn't mean that it can't. It just means that it doesn't show up a lot. So yeah, you do have to memorize this formula for the final. You definitely ought to have these on your cheat sheet just in case it does show up on one of your midterm exams. But this is the idea behind it. We just need to figure out what's our value for u, and then we plug it into the formula and simplify it. That is the end of video 2, which is our half angle formulas and how we would use it. Come on back, we'll look at our product to sum formulas, video 3.